Thompson looked to Swanson, and John said no, no. The 3-1 to Thurber. Fouls that pitch off to the left and out of play. Count is full. Payoff pitch. Ground ball foul over by the dugout of the visiting Expos, so we'll do it again, 3-2. Crabs trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Brogdon kicks and deals. High with a fastball, and the Crabs have their first base runner of the evening, a leadoff walk for Jacob Thurber. Here's Logan Bush. Bush also a left-handed hitter. 1 for 4 in last night's game, but the one was a booming triple that scored a couple of runs. Bush checks his swing and takes the pitch low, 1-0. Ferris holding the runner Thurber at first base. Third baseman Flores in a step from the bag. Middle infielders back and looking for 2. Brogdon's 1-0 pitch. Inside corner for a called strike at the belt, 1-1. Thurber, slight lead at first base, now steps back on the bag. All right, Brogdon back up on the rubber. First time we've seen him in the stretch position in the ballgame. The 1-1 pitch, fastball misses wide, 2-1. Brogdon to Bush, 2-1. High pop-up. Shortstop moves over just on the outfield grass, and Alvarez makes the catch for the first out. So Bush, a lazy pop to short, 1 down, and that'll bring up Brian Pozos. Pozos 1 for 4 in last night's ballgame, and he also got plunked. Right-handed hitter batting in the number 9 slot for the Crabs tonight. Thurber takes his lead at first. The pitch is a strike to Pozos, outside corner at the belt, strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count to Pozos. Brogdon comes home and the pitch is way down and missed, strike 2. He had him way out in front of that one. So Brogdon ahead on the count, 0-2. After Pozos, we go to the top of the order and Austin White. That pitch gets away from the catcher, goes to the backstop, and moving over to second will be Thurber on a pass ball. I don't know if the catcher was crossed up by the pitch, but it wasn't that bad a pitch.
I think it just hit his mitt.
Yeah, just got through the wicket.
Past him.
Now he's going to go out and have a word with his pitchers. That's
Maybe
a break.
He was crossed up then, yeah.
That's a break for the Crabs now. It takes the double play away and puts that runner in scoring position now with only 1 down. All right, it's a ball and 2 strikes to Pozos. Thurber, tying run, standing at second base. The 1-2 offering. Fastball away, 2-2. A look back at the runner. He comes to the plate, 2-2, and a curveball is swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the ball game for Connor Brogdon. And now we do go to Austin White, who was robbed on a very fine fielding play by the right fielder, Conley Biglione. Actually, Biglione made the play a little more difficult than it could have been because he turned the wrong way initially.
Really, he saved himself from a bad play more than.
Yeah. But ended up, I mean, it could have been a triple had he not made the adjustment. And the first pitch is a called strike to White. We will have exact stats for you tomorrow. We can only approximate tonight. But White comes into this ball game right around 400. That's another nice pitch, but just misses a bit low, 1-1.
Yes, I need to enter last night's game into the computer, which will then automatically calculate the stats. Things just fall apart without me up
They
here.
do.
The place just shuts down.
They thought of calling the game at the end of 3 innings last night. They said, Benjamin's not here. What are we doing here? Fastball taken just a bit low again. 2 balls and a strike to Austin White. At the set. A look back at the runner. He comes home. That curveball is fouled off, 2-2. Brogdon has done a nice job of mixing his pitches. He's got a good heater. And he's
got a good slider.
Yeah.
And he's done a good job changing speeds as well. He's had a few Crabs hitters out on their front foot.
He has indeed. He's 2-2 here to White. Comes home. Fouled off. Late swing, got a piece of it to stay alive, did Austin. With the outfield playing relatively shallow, left fielder's a little deeper than he was last night, I believe. The next pitch is grounded foul just beyond the Crabs' dugout.
He fooled White on that pitch. That was an emergency swing.
Yeah,
That's that breaking pitch again.
Good to stay alive on that one. Live to swing another day. So we'll do it again, 2-2. Brogdon gets the sign from Crowley. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. White down on strikes. That is the third strikeout on the evening for Brogdon. The Crabs, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. And at the end of 3, it's still the Expos 1 and the Crabs nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs would like to thank Harper Ford. Harper Motors is proud to be one of America's oldest automobile dealerships. Established in 1912, they're a true family business. They've been serving the North Coast for over 100 years. With every Crabs home run, Harper Ford will donate $50 to District 26 Little League. So go, Crabs, go. Got a pitcher's duel through 3. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Crabs. 1 run, 2 hits, no miscues for the Expos. All right, here we're going into the top of the 4th inning. Right-handed hitting Grant Ferris stands in. We've been joined in our booth by our old friend Don Hofacker. We've been doing some umpiring duty early this season. First pitch to Ferris is fouled out behind us. Strike 1. I don't know if Don's going to come on the microphone tonight or if he just came up to visit us.
I'll come on later on.
All right. He's having an ice cream or something, but he'll join us in a while. No balls and a strike to Grant Ferris. Righty versus righty. That pitch is waved out and missed. Strike 2.
Maybe he'll reveal the contents of the conversation he had over at first base with Tyson Fisher a few nights ago, and Tyson was excused from the game.
This is a G-rated show here, Benjamin. I don't know that we can redo the conversation. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball is grounded just foul outside of third base. Ferris will be followed by Eddie Pena and Matty Nunez. The Expos from the Central Valley in California. Last 2 years they won the Central Valley League Championship. The 0-2. Down low, it gets away from the catcher, but it's of no moment. The count 1-2, nobody on base. Her with a very distinctive style of pitching. Almost mechanical. High fly ball into short right field. Moving under it is Bush, and he gathers it in for the first out of the inning. Ferris a lazy fly to right, 1 gone, and that'll bring up Eddie Pena, who himself flew out to right in his first at-bat of the ball game. Right-handed hitter. Both he and his double-play compadre, Tristan Alvarez, slight of build. The pitch to Pena misses wide with a fastball, 1-0. Pitcher is now in the sun, and he's pitching into the shadows. Should be an advantage for the pitcher. There's a line drive into left center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit, played on 1 hop by Oatman. In fact, he grabbed it barehanded, got it back into the infield. So a 1-out single for Pena. That's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Expos.
Didn't hit it hard, just off the end of the bat, but hard enough to loft it over shortstop.
Yep. Here's Matty Nunez. Nunez serving as the designated hitter tonight. He got a base knock in his first at bat. Pena takes his lead from first. Herr comes to the plate. Nunez takes the ball high, 1-0.
Oh, perfect. Freddie might forget me at first. Good.
1-0 the count to Nunez. Herr at the stretch. The pitch. Ooh, almost hit him. Gets away from the catcher. And zipping down to second base is Pena on the wild pitch, I would assume.
I think
You're going to call it pass ball?
it's pass ball.
All right.
Don thinks it's a wild pitch.
Well, I don't know what it's called.
You guys think it's a wild pitch, so let's call it a wild pitch.
He's going to go with a wild pitch. Boy, that's the first time Benjamin's let us overrule him in 3 or 4 years.
I'm just hoping Don remembers that.
Yeah. 2-0 the count to Nunez.
Next
Runner
time he's
now on
umpiring.
at second. Ground ball to the shortstop. Perry's got it. Throws across the diamond for the second out on the play. Pena moves up 90 feet to third base. So the number 9 hitter, Tyler Turney, coming to the bat with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet from home at third base. Turney drew a free pass in his first at bat, looking for his first base knock of the series. Right-handed hitter. Her's pitch. Outside. Turney had a no-sin and let it go by, and it was wide, 1-0. Her choosing to work from the stretch with the runner at third. The 1-0 pitch. Ooh, low and away. Nice backhanded catch by Denholm. 2-0. I would say about 80 to 90% of the pitchers pitch from the stretch with a runner on at third, but we've seen a couple who use the windup. Here's the 2-0. Oh, again, way outside. 3 balls and no strikes. So Her has missed and missed badly to go 3-0 to Turney. And should Turney get aboard, we go to the top of the order and Tristan Alvarez. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4 outside. So a 4-pitch walk. That is the 3rd walk of the ball game in addition to a hit batter. So Her has shown some wildness. Thus far been able to get away with it. But now we're going to have a visit from Eric Giacone out to the mound. So Denholm and Giacone going out to have a word with Austin Her. And there's a big meeting of the base runners and the manager and the batter over by the first base line. While we're waiting, let's give our thanks to the Lost Coast Brewery. Take a brewery tour at the new Lost Coast Brewery. $27 million bottling facility. It's huge. And your tour guide will take you through the process of brewing beer, from the grinding of the grain to the fomenting and the bottling. Afterwards, taste the beer and check out the Lost Coast Brewery gear shop, where you'll find t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, bottle opener stickers, and of course, beer. Kids are welcome too. Tour schedule Friday through Sunday, 12 p.m., 1, 2, 3, and 4 p.m. They're at 1600 Sunset in Eureka. All right, the confab is over. The Expos runner back to their bases. The batter, Tristan Alvarez, right-handed hitter, back to the batter's box. The Crab infield is deep with 2 gone. Alvarez with speed at first. I would assume Turney likewise at first base. Alvarez at the bat. The pitch to Alvarez is a curveball that's taken for a called strike 1. Eddie Pena at third. Tyler Turney at first. 2 gone. In the Expos' 4th, they lead 1-0. They're trying to extend it here. No activity in either bullpen. Her at the belt. The 0-1 to Alvarez. Low and away with a fastball. Seems to be where he's missing.
Yeah, I think he's overthrowing it. Looks like he's rearing back, and then the release is very late. And so the pitch is down and away to the right-handed hitter. Consistently, he's thrown 5 or 6 in that same exact spot. That's the one that almost hit. I guess it was Nunez.
Here's the 1-1. Misses with a breaking ball wide there. 2-1. Right-hander versus right-hander. And a big spot early in the ball game here. 2-1 to Alvarez. The pitch, way outside again. Same spot Benjamin's been talking about. Well outside and almost in the dirt. Not a dirt ball, but close to it. Catcher's gathering it in between his knees and ankle.
He does tend to sort of fall towards first base a little bit when he releases the pitch, too. I don't know if that's part of what's happening.
Huh. All right, 3-1. Big pitch here. The runner at first goes. The pitch is outside. Ball 4. Consecutive walks to Turney and Alvarez, and now the bases are full for Conley Biglione. Left-handed hitter 0 for 2 on the evening. And a chance to do some damage here for the Expos. Her from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss on an off-speed breaking ball. 0-1. Nice pitch.
little surprised to see him swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah, after consecutive walks. Here's the 0-1. That one dips low, 1 ball and 1 strike. See a Crab hurler limbering up out in the bullpen. He hasn't started to throw yet, but looks like he's about to. Hurd trying to work out of a bases-loaded jam here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 to Biglione. Swings and grounds it back to the pitcher. It's off his glove. He picks it up. He throws to first base in time for the out. And the Crabs are out of the jam. No runs. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. And at the end of 3.5, it remains Expos 1, Crabs nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia Rica. Welcome back to the ballpark. Joined at this point by our old friend Don Hofacker, who has been an umpire. How long have you been umpiring Crabs games, Don?
Close to 30 years.
My goodness gracious. You don't look that old.
Unfortunately, old 63-year-old guy here.
All right.
And
well, Benjamin, when we started broadcasting, I called him the young professor. But when he hit 40, he kept going. I stopped at 39.
I don't know how he did that.
Yeah,
It's amazing about how.
All right, James Outman to lead it off for the Crabs here in the home half of the 4th inning, and the left-hander takes a pitch up high, 1-0. Outman will be followed by Newt Johnson and Jason Newman.
Benjamin was asking me about Tyson being ejected the other night.
That pitch is lined foul off to the left and out of play, 1-1. Yeah, there was a pretty big argument between you and Tyson.
We were having a bit of a disagreement, and he used one of the magic words, so he ended up going.
Now, but you've said the magic word is not always a magic word. It's a magic word if it's directed at you.
Yes, it has a starter with you in it, and or ending with you.
High fly ball down the left field line. It's going to be foul and out of play. 1-2. Now, you've been umpiring for a long time, and therefore you've had arguments with a variety of Crabs managers. Who would you say has been the toughest?
Shorty by a
long way.
Oh my gosh, Shorty has
the 1-2 pitch is hammered into center field. Moving over under it is Turner, and he makes the catch. Looked like he was having a little trouble locating the ball off the bat, but it's 1 down. And that'll bring up Newt Johnson. Now, Ken Shorty Ames was manager for what, about a decade, right?
10 years, yeah. I
I
had his first game and his last game as a manager here.
Is that right?
Yes.
And, of course, I remember Shorty was a great dirt kicker. He
Oh,
loved to cover the bases with dirt.
He is very passionate.
Yeah.
I can't think of a nicer way to put it.
that is a judicious way of saying it.
And,
First pitch glances off the bat. Newt Johnson, and foul. Strike 1 to the right-handed hitting third baseman who flew out to center in his first at bat. If you just joined us, we're in the bottom of the 4th. We got a pitcher's duel going, 1-0 Expos, with 1 gone in the 4th.
Looks like the Crabs have their bullpen up and working right now.
Well, he threw a lot of pitches.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of pitches. What do they generally? Do you know what the pitch count is generally in this league? Do they go up much over 100?
I don't think so. I think they keep it around 80, 85, something like that.
As the season progresses, it'll extend it a bit, huh?
It depends what the college coaches are saying also.
An excuse me ground ball back to the pitcher. So an excuse me foul and an excuse me grounder. 1-3 on your scorecard, pitcher to first base. Quickly 2 gone for the Crabs in the fourth, and that'll bring up Jason Newman, who grounded out to the first baseman unassisted in his only at bat of the evening.
This kid has a nice swing. He reminds me a lot of Blauser's swing, the way he gets a bat whipped there.
That's a compliment indeed. For those of you who don't know, Brian Blauser holds the record for home runs since the Crabs have become a wood bat team back in 1999.
Yes. Who is now working for the fire department down in Sacramento.
High pop-up on the right side of the infield. Second baseman, first baseman, it's going to be the second baseman, Pena, who puts it away. And, boy, before you can blink, the Crabs are gone in the fourth. Nothing across, and at the end of 4, it's the Expos 1, the Crabs nothing. Don and I will be returning after a word from our sponsor. You listen to KGOE 1480 Arcadia Rica. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. The Crabs have a new pitcher on the mound, Reed Fanenstein, making his second appearance of the year. Fanenstein has pitched 3 2/3 innings, given up 3 hits, no earned runs, struck out 3, did not walk a batter. So this is his second relief appearance of the season. Right-hander. Comes from North Dakota State University. Another big guy. We've got a lot of big pitchers this year. 6'4", 210-pounder.
Yeah, you look like you have a football offensive line out there.
Yeah. Alan Crowley to lead it off. And as we've mentioned, if you joined us late, you'll be joining the Atlanta Braves organization after this weekend. Just drafted today. Takes a fastball for a strike from Fanenstein. 0-1.
Maybe I'll see Chris Presley down there umpiring because he has a rookie league this year.
Is that where he is?
Yeah.
We were wondering.
Yeah, he went down.
Fly ball down the right field line, moving over toward the line and under it and making the catch is Logan Bush. 1 down in the Expos 5th.
Yeah, he has a short rookie league in starting in July, first part of July.
Now, he didn't umpire here last year, right? It was 2 years ago.
No, Chris was here last year.
Oh, he was here last year.
Last year. He umpired the 4 years he's at Humboldt State here. Him and Taylor Mitchell did a bang-up job.
Angel Flores grounds it just foul outside of third base, strike 1.
Yeah.
Now, did he go to one of those umpire schools in Florida?
He did. Yes, he did. He went to one down in Florida. He finished in the top 10% of his class, and they sent him to the advanced school.
Outstanding.
And from there, they sent him to. They found him some assignments in the North Carolina League.
This was last year or this year?
This year.
Oh, okay.
And then they signed him to a contract to do the short rookie season.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He's a very It's his passion. His whole family is umpires, too. Both his mom and dad and one of his brothers
Is that right?
Yes.
1-2 the count here to Angel Flores, second batter in the fifth inning. And he fouls that one off to the right and out of play. Well, as Don well knows, it's harder perhaps, just as hard, I'd say harder, to make it to the big leagues as an umpire than it is as a player.
It is because
fewer slots for one, right?
Absolutely. It used to be, the bigger turnover, but now, my goodness, it's
they stay a while. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. So after showing him some heat, Pfannenstein strikes him out on a off-speed breaking ball. 2 down quickly in the fifth, and that'll bring up DeAndre Smith, who has yet to get the ball out of the infield tonight, getting his first look at Pfannenstein. We ought to mention that Aaron Herr went 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. It was earned. And the fastball to Smith is low, 1-0. Was there much of a change for you as an umpire when the Crabs switched from fly ball down to the left field to the warning track, and making the catch in left is Outman for the third out? He was fighting the sun there, but pulled it in in order. The Expos are gone in the top of the fifth. We're halfway through the ball game, and the Expos lead the Crabs 1-0. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Eureka. We're going to get back to hear about wood bats and metal bats in just a minute. Welcome back to the ballpark, and we're talking with Crabs' longtime umpire at Crabs games, Don Hofacker. Has been doing it for 3 decades. We just asked Don if he noticed what the difference was for an umpire when they switched from metal to wood bats back in 1999.
It was the first couple of years. It was really interesting because the ball just didn't seem to be flying the way it does. But then they started getting these real fancy wooden bats and stuff, and they're hitting the ball hard, and the athletes have shortchanged since the late 90s to now, too.
Bigger and stronger.
My goodness.
Here's Logan Denholm to lead it off for the Crabs in the bottom of the fifth, and he swings and hits a fly ball to right field. Right fielder moving over center fielder, but it's going to be the right fielder making the catch. That is Connolly Biglione. So quickly, 1 pitch, 1 gone for the Crabs in the fifth inning.
This is a time of day that it becomes difficult behind the plate because it's light transfer like this. The background becomes really bright, and you sometimes have a difficult time picking the ball up out of it. So you have to readjust your stance a little bit.
Has that screen out in center field helped at all?
Yeah.
Curveball is taken for a strike by Michael Perry, 0-1.
It helps a lot, but you still have a little bit of glare off
yes.
of it. And, sometimes if you get exactly wrong, you'll pick up that glare, then the ball just explodes on you.
I was wondering if they put that screen up to help the umpires or batters, or whether that was to keep the looky-loos out.
I'm thinking keep the looky-loos out.
Fly ball to center field and deep. Center fielder to the warning track. It's going to be off the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. He's going to go to third. No, he's going to stop and come back to second, and he's back safely. So a booming double by Michael Perry. He had a notion of heading to third, but a good job of fielding in the outfield to quickly get the ball back in. However, the Crabs now with a runner in scoring position, the tying run on at second with 1 down, and that will bring up Jacob Thurber. That was the best hit ball of the ball game for the Humboldt Crabs.
That Perry kid's been hitting the ball well this year, hasn't he? He must be hitting about 350.
Who was that?
Perry, is he hitting?
No,
about
he's
350?
no, he's not. He hasn't really been. He's hit some good balls, but he's also hit into some tough luck. So his average is not that high. We can get it for you tomorrow, but we don't have the up-to-date stats because Benjamin wasn't here yesterday. So.
Okay. Good.
First pitch is a strike to Jacob Thurber.
It is amazing how much Benjamin does around here.
Oh, he does everything.
Yeah,
He's an official scorer, announces the game, second umpire. Not many teams can afford two home plate umpires.
Last night I was checking up here periodically with him.
Yeah.
Just, on those ones that were really close.
Yeah.
Not that I was paying attention.
Of course not. 0-2 to Thurber now.
And,
So Brogdon working ahead on the count. Krabs trying to pick up that tying run from second base. Brogdon's 0-2 pitch fouled at the plate.
well, I just wanted to shout out at Chris Peterson. It's nice bringing him back. It's been 2 years,
Yeah.
I think it's been since he's been out here.
Where has he been?
He just has 4 kids. His oldest daughter just went to the University of Mississippi.
Oh, my goodness.
And Mississippi State, one of those.
Uh-huh.
And
Is he from there originally?
no, he's from Lolita.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A big strikeout for Connor Brogdon. That's number 5 on the evening. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4 on the evening, and it's a big one. So an unproductive out, and it'll take a base knock now by Logan Bush, who popped up to the shortstop in his only at bat of the evening. Left-handed hitter facing the tall right-hander Connor Brogdon.
I bet he's going to push it in that hole between short and third.
Is that what he's going to do?
Yep, he's not going to pull it this time.
Now, how can you tell that? Are you just guessing?
I'm guessing.
Okay. All right. 1 ball, no
I
strikes.
just wanted to sound like I knew what I was talking about here.
Oh, all right. Geez, if I wanted that, I could have Benjamin back here. I mean, he always knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps when you slip them those notes, though.
Oh, does it? Yeah. Yeah, he pays a lot of attention to what I do. 1-0 pitch is fouled off out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bush, the number 8 hitter in Tyson Fisher's lineup.
I was going to bring up, first night we had a batter's interference. I didn't get with you about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. Well, let's get back to that after this at bat, maybe because we do want to get some information on that. That was a rare call. That's lined off the pitcher's glove to the shortstop. He's got it. The throw to first in time. A big break for the Expos. A hot shot right off Logan Bush's glove, and it bounced to Tristan Alvarez. So it's a 1-6-3 put out if you're keeping score, and that'll do it for the Crabs in the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. And at the end of 5, it's still the Expos 1 and the Crabs nothing. And we'll come back and hear from Don about that batter interference call when we return. All right, Don. There was a batter's interference call that you made in what was the first game of the season?
First game of the season. It was about 6th inning with 1 out, and there's a runner at first base.
Yeah. What did he do?
What happened was a runner took off, and the batter swung at the pitch and stepped completely across the plate, and the catcher contacted him with his throw down there.
Okay.
And so I gave an immediate dead ball call, a delayed dead ball call.
Ground ball down to the first baseman. It's fielded and Thurber will take the ball to the bag, 1 out.
If you ever see an umpire that throws his left hand straight out with his fist closed, that's a delayed dead ball, and he'll point at what the infraction was.
Okay.
And so I was telling him that it's batter's interference.
And so the batter's out, the runner goes back to the base
correct.
initiation.
Unless there's 2 outs.
Right.
There's 2 outs, and the runner is out, and he goes back in the bat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he'll bat in the next inning then.
You're right.
Ah, interesting. Fastball is away to Eddie Pena. 1 down here in the Expos 6th inning. Fastball away. 2 balls and no strikes.
It was called earlier this year in a Cubs Pirates game.
I don't remember seeing it here. Have you called it here before?
I've called it. It's been it's been a little while, but we've called it before.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Nice job by Fanenstein to snag it and throw and easily retire Pena at first base, 2 down.
I called it on Cedarstrom in a game. That was 5-6 years ago. I remember that. And it changed the outcome. It changed the outcome of the day because it was they had runners at first and second on the double steal. And so I called him out, and that was the 2nd out of the inning, and the next kid popped it up. And Cedarstrom was hitting the ball really well.
Wow.
That was Clay.
Did you get any arguments on the call, or did they realize you were right?
You can't when a kid had both feet sitting on top of the plate.
Okay. Ground ball to second, easy play. Whoa, quick inning for the Crabs. 1, 2, 3. Fanenstein gets them in order quickly, and at the end of 5.5, it's still the Expos 1 and the Crabs nothing. I want to thank Don Hofacker for joining us in the booth today. He'll be back with us a couple of times this season. It's always great to have him here and get his insight and input into the action. So, Don, thanks a lot.
I thoroughly enjoy it, Hulk, and I listen to you guys every time I don't have a game. Okay?
All right. Thank you much.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. All right. Inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, Brian Pozos leads off, shows bunt on the first pitch, and takes a called strike. After Pozos, we go to the top of the lineup and Austin White. The 0-1 pitch to Pozos. Line drive into center field, and that's going to be a diving attempt. Did he catch it? Yep. Yes, a fine play by Tyler Turner in center field to rob Pozos of a base hit. Second fine outfield play by the Expos this evening. 1 down, and here is Austin White. He was the victim of the first outstanding fielding play in right field by Connie Biglione. And then he struck out, so White 0 for 2 on the evening, and the curveball stays up 1-0.
Giants pulled out a big win tonight. 5-4 in 10 innings over the Dodgers.
Ground ball over the mound. Shortstop cannot get it. It tries, but the high bounder over the glove of Alvarez. That's a base knock into center field, and the Crabs are hitting the ball better now. Here's Outman, a runner at first, 1 down. And I told Benjamin he was going to call this inning, and then I jumped in and started doing it again. You want to call the top?
You want to pick it up
now?
Yeah, I'll do the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outman 0 for 2 on the evening. That was only the second hit of the ball game for the Crabs. So the tying run at first with one down.
Yeah, so far in the season, the Crabs' offense has been fairly inconsistent. Big nights one night and then shut down in the middle of the week, same thing.
Throw to first base, and back is White. Austin has some speed, but he's going against a tough backstop. He's going. The pitch is high. The throw to second base on the bounce. No, into center field. White gets up and is not going to go any further. So Crowley made a bad throw. It just barely cleared the pitcher's mound, went to second base on about 4 bounces. And credit Austin White with a stolen base now in scoring position. The pitch was a ball, so the count 1-0 to Outman. Crowley out to have a brief word with Brogdon. No activity at all in the Expos bullpen. One and 0 to Outman. Brogdon at the stretch. Looks back at second, comes to the plate, and it's over but low, 2-0. Lights are on at the ballpark. The sun is no longer a hazard to the left fielder. The 2-0 pitch, a nice curveball at the knees for a strike, 2-1.
Unless it goes supernova or something.
Unless it what?
It goes supernova or something.
Oh, supernova is always a possibility.
That would be a hazard.
Yeah, that would be a hazard. 2-1 to count. The pitch. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Right fielder is up on the ball, rounding third, and he's going to hold. And it's good he did. The right fielder got the ball in quickly with a good throw. So the Crabs now with runners at the corners and only one down. And here's Newt Johnson.
The ball was hit fairly hard on a couple of hops to right field, not very deep. So
yep.
Good job by holding White.
Biglione got it in quickly. But the Crabs are now starting to tee off on Brogdon.
Here comes Krusty. And Krusty always a harbinger of a Crabs rally.
And now here comes the manager or the pitching coach. I can't say he's got a jacket on, but a meeting at the mound, the entire infield coming in and the manager coming in, and they're going to decide how they want to play this. Are they going to bring the infield all the way in to try and cut that run off at third, or are they going to gamble to try and get 2? We're in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 1-0 ball game. The Crabs 90 feet away from tying it up, and the number 3 and 4 hitters coming to the bat. So a major meeting on the mound, a confab on the pitcher's mound, but still no activity at all in the Expos bullpen. Now the conference is breaking up, just as Chris Peterson was going to go out and break it up. Chris has, the umpire, home plate umpire, has cleaned off the plate. And here is Newt Johnson. Right-hander versus right-hander. Outman takes his lead at first. White from third. The pitch. Checks his swing and takes a strike on the outer part of the plate. A breaking ball, 0-1. Outman held on by Ferris at first base. Edges off a bit. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right and out of play. So Brogdon ahead on the count now. 0-2 to Newt Johnson. Golden opportunity for the Crabs to tie or more here in the home half of the 6th. Runners at the corners with one out. The 0-2 to Johnson. Fastball is grounded foul over by the Crabs dugout. We'll do it again, 0-2. All right. Brogdon gets his sign from Crowley. Kicks and deals. High fly ball, that should score the run into right field. Right fielder and center fielder converge. It's the right fielder who's got it, tagging up to score the tying run is Austin White. So credit Newt Johnson with a sacrifice fly. And we're knotted up at 1. Holding at first base is Outman, and with 2 down, it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jason Newman. Newman serving as the DH in tonight's ball game. So the Crabs able to get that run in. Good 2-strike hitting. Get the elevation on it and put it in the outfield, and we've tied it up. Newman is grounded out, first baseman unassisted, and he's popped to second baseman Pena. The first pitch to him is a nice curveball, in for a strike, 0-1. So each team now, 1 run, 3 hits, and no miscues. Brogdon at the set. The pitch. Waves at a fastball does Newman, and he's behind 0-2. Brogdon at the set. Runner goes. The 0-2 pitch is taken low. The throw to second base, and he is safe. Ball got there on a bounce. It was close.
Good throw.
But
On the
he
right side of
slid
the
up.
bag would have had him.
Yeah. Again, the throw a little bit short of the bag. Scooped up nicely, but by the time the tag was made, Outman was on the base. So credit James with a stolen base. The count, a ball and 2 strikes, but that runner now in scoring position for Jason Newman. One and 2 the count. At the set. The pitch. Inside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Final game of this 3-game set tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Crabgrass Band will be here, and we sure hope you will. Kids will be able to run the bases after the Crabs ball game. High 5 or low 5 the Crabs between third and home plate. Always fun to see. 2-2 the count. The pitch to Newman. Grounded foul over by the Crabs dugout. Heads up. Newman has got the power. One of 2 Crabs to go deep thus far this season. The 2-2 pitch. Outside with a fastball, 3-2. Latest arriving crab, that's hard to say, latest arriving Crab, Logan Denholm in the on-deck area, hoping to get it at bat this inning. The payoff pitch to Newman, inside ball 4, and Jason trots to first. So now the Crabs with runners at first and second, 2 gone, and it will be Logan Denholm.
Well, the open base, no reason to give him a pitch to hit with 2 outs.
Nope. So Denholm coming to the bat, looking for his first hit as a Humboldt Crab, and it would be a most opportune time to do that. 0 for 2 on the evening, right-handed batter. Brogdon's pitch is taken for a ball, a little bit high, over the plate but high, 1-0. Big spot in the ball game here. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt, a good block by the catcher, no advance, but the count now 2-0.
Maybe Brogdon getting a little bit tired.
Yeah, Brogdon seems to be getting tired. They've hit
Ball's
him harder.
kind of all over the place.
And he's walked a batter. And now behind 2-0
No action in
to
their
Denholm.
bullpen, though.
Hitters count here for Denholm. The 2-0. Ground ball to the left side. Shortstop Alvarez has got it. The long throw across the diamond. Not in time. It gets by the first baseman, and the Crabs are going to take the lead. As coming in to score on the play is James Outman. Moving over to third is Newman, and Logan Denholm on at first base. And we'll see how that one scored.
That's
I think a base hit,
infield hit and an error.
Right. So a base hit, an infield hit, and then an error on the shortstop, making that throw that permitted the run to score, and it's 2-1 Crabs. So the Crabs now with runners at the corners, Newman at third, Denholm at first, and here's Michael Perry, 1 for 2. He hit a booming double to right center field in his last at bat.
He should have just held the ball. There was really no
Yeah.
chance to get Denholm at first. And
It was a fine play to keep the ball from going into the outfield. It would have resulted in the bases being loaded, but it would have prevented a run from scoring. But he made the mistake, a mental error, in throwing to first, as Benjamin said, no chance.
especially with 2 outs.
runner. Fastball taken for a strike by Perry, 0-1. Crabs take the lead. They'd like to add to it here. The 0-1 to Perry. In the dirt, another fine block by Crowley, 1-1. I'm a little surprised that we do not see any action in
I am too.
in the Expos bullpen. They may be a little pitching thin. 1-1 the count to Perry. The pitch. Low again, blocked by the catcher. 2-1. So Brogdon, not the same pitcher here he's been in the first 4 or 5 innings. He is struggling. The Crabs like to jump on it here. 2-1 to Perry. Right-hander versus right-hander. He kicks and deals outside with a fastball, and he's 1 pitch away from loading him up. Left-handed hitting Jacob Thurber in the on-deck area. Hitters count for Perry. Brogdon at the belt. The 3-1. Misses
Walk him.
outside, ball 4. So Perry goes down to first base. Denholm over to second. Newman staying at third. The bases are full of crustaceans.
Now they've got some action going out in the
And
bullpen.
here is Jacob Thurber, and now there is somebody starting to get up to throw in the Expo bullpen. Chance for the Crabs to open it up a bit here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Thurber, the 8th batter to come up for the Crabs here in the 6th inning. From the stretch, Brogdon's pitch. Down low, 1-0. Three singles and 2 walks this inning. And the Crabs have taken the lead 2-1. Brogdon at the set, the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner for a called strike 1. Thurber had a notion, decided to let it go, and home plate umpire Peterson said it was in there, so the count even at 1. Brogdon at the belt, and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, big cut, he comes up empty. 1-2. Brogdon set. The 1-2 pitch. Thurber swings and misses. He's out on strikes, and the Crabs leave the bases open. However, they come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 3 left. And at the end of 6, it's now the Crabs 2 and the Expos 1. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka. The Alibi now has 2 locations open on the Arcata Plaza to serve you. Home of the best Bloody Marys in town, large breakfast menu and weekend special. Crab's board member approved. Pub food, local microbrews, chicken wings, live music, and our breakfast menu is even better. That's the Alibi, and when the Crabs play, beers are $1 off. And Eureka Rubber Stamp. The Eureka Rubber Stamp Company has been in business in Humboldt County since 1954. Locally owned and operated, manufacturing rubber stamps, engravings, vinyl signs, lanyards, novelty items, stencils, and more. New memorial rocks are now in stock. Located at 520 F Street in Eureka. Business hours 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. That's Eureka Rubber Stamp. Heading into the top of the 7th inning with the Crabs leading by a 2-1 score. And now for all the action. Just back from his sick bed, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer.
Thanks, Hope. Tyler Turney to lead it off for the Expos, down 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Expos. For the Crabs. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Expos. The first pitch from Fanenstein misses high. It's 1-0. Reed Fanenstein on in relief of Aaron Herr, who is now, Fanenstein now in a position to get the win if the Crabs can hold on to this 2-1 lead. There's the next pitch is high.
You gotta keep it down. Gotta keep it down a little.
2-0 the count. Turney has walked twice tonight. He's not have an official appearance. He fouls that one out of play. So the count goes to 2-1.
Fanenstein has not allowed a base runner since coming on in the 5th inning. He's retired 6 in a row.
Here's the 2-1. Right down the middle for a called strike at the knees. And the count's even. Got a right-hander warming out in the Expos pen, and looks like somebody's starting to get ready in the Crabs pen as well. Here's the 2-2. Hopper back to the mound. Fanenstein has it. Tossed to first. 1 away. Here's the leadoff hitter, Tristan Alvarez, the shortstop. Hit by a pitch line to right and walked.
A fine shortstop, but he committed a mental error that led to a physical error that led to the Crabs leading 2-1. Made a nice play on a ball and an errant throw to first base that was unnecessary, and that brought the run home.
That's right. Fastball is fouled up against the screen. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the left center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So with 1 out, Alvarez aboard. Here's Conley Biglione, the right fielder. Biglione hit into a fielder's choice, grounded to second, and grounded out to first. So runner over at first, that's the tying run. With only 1 out. Yeah, it actually looks like maybe this is a pinch hitter. Nope. Oh, it is a pinch hitter. That's what I thought. Josh Montalongo?
Yeah.
And he takes the first pitch, a breaking pitch on the outside corner. A good one. Oh, and 1 the count. Throw to first, and the runner dives back. Fanenstein sets, throws over to first again. A little closer that time.
A pretty good move for.
Yeah.
Huh?
Another throw to first.
There's somebody in an Angel uniform, Mike Trout on his back. Trout's having a good season. The Angels aren't, but Mike is.
Might need to trade him.
Oh, no.
0-1 to count. Here's the pitch. Fastball away, 1-1. Just do him a favor. Send him somewhere where he can win. Like San Francisco.
Yeah.
1-1 to count. Runner takes his lead. And the pitch. Oh, in there at the letters for a called strike. It's 1-2. Breaking pitch is fouled out of play. The problem with the Angels this year is so many injuries, right? They just have a lot of their pitching. Their
Well, I
pitchers
think
are out with injuries.
they have Pujols signed through 2035.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. Yeah, right, 2038. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking pitch that misses high and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Alvarez over at first, 1 out. Crabs are leading 2-1. Top of the 7th. A whale of a ball game. Two and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled up against the screen. So the count remains 2 and 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Vandenstein looks in for the sign. Checks first. Now he sets. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Fastball right past him. That'll be Al for Montalongo. And with 2 away, here's Alan Crowley. Single in 3 trips. And the first pitch to Crowley misses high. Throwback behind the runner at first, and he's back.
Let's see if they send Alvarez.
The 1-0, he's not going, and the pitch is right down the middle for a called strike. So 1-1 to Crowley. He's going now, and the pitch is grounded over to first. Backhanded, no, and it trickles off his glove into right field. On his way to third now is Alvarez, and that'll put runners on the corners with only 1 out for the Expos. That ball was hit very hard. Thurber tried to backhand it. It glanced off the edge of his mitt and into right field. So here's Angel Flores, the third baseman. Tying run is over at third now with 2 away. Vandenstein from the set. Pops out of play.
Flores looking for his first hit of the series, Benjamin. He is 0 for 6.
Well, let's hope he doesn't decide this is a good time to get it. 1-1 the count. And the next pitch is a breaking pitch that misses down and away. One ball, 1 strike. Alvarez at third, Crowley at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, a good pitch, and that's 1-2.
Let's hear after this half.
Runner on first is going, and now they've got him in a rundown. And throw to the shortstop. They're going to run him back towards first with their eyes on the guy at third. Back to first. Now the runner from third's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate, and they got him. So a running error by Crowley leads to Alvarez getting thrown out at home. For the Expos, no runs. There was 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. And at the end of 6.5, it's 2-1 Crabs. This is Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, we did not go to commercial. We're still here.
Here we go. I want to thank some of the folks that keep the Crabs on the field and on the air. And Patty Stokeham of Remax Realty, Crabs, a sponsor and supporter for more than 20 years. Patty's been selling real estate for just as long. She'll handle all the legwork for you and cover all the bases. You can give her a call today at 707-496-3295. You can find her on Myrtle Avenue in Eureka. That's Patty Stokeham, Remax Realty, a realtor par excellence. And True Motion Fitness, a unique approach to movement health, all focused on building a stronger, balanced, and stable you so that you can move through life and desired activities with greater enjoyment and efficiency. True Motion Fitness is located at 901 O Street in Arcata. You can give them a call at 822-3018. That's 822-3018, True Motion Fitness. And finally, the North Coast Co-op. We're a natural foods, consumer-owned cooperative grocery store located in the far reaches of Northern California, surrounded by redwood trees where the mountains meet the sea. With one location in Eureka and one in Arcata, we feel fortunate to live in a place of immense beauty while serving the needs of our Humboldt County community. In Arcata, it's 8th and I Street. In Eureka, 4th and B. That's North Coast Co-op. All right, we got a new pitcher on the mound. New pitcher on the mound for the Expos. Let's see if we can get a number on this guy.
Number 4, I believe.
That would be Josh Acosta, if it is indeed number 4, taking over for Connor Brogdon.
Yeah, it's Acosta.
So Acosta picking up for Brogdon. Brogdon pitched well, gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. Only one of those runs, I believe, was earned.
Yeah, only 1 earned run. He walked 3, struck out 5.
But he stands to lose unless his mates can come back in the 8th or 9th. The Crabs would like to add to that lead here as we go into the bottom of the 7th. You up for one more half, Benjamin?
I think I am.
All right, here's the professor.
It'll be Bush, Pozos, and White for the Crabs. They're up 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Crabs. A run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Expos. Bush is 0 for 2 tonight. Takes the first pitch down low, 1-0.
Bush, the only Crab that didn't get to bat in that big 6th inning, but actually the big 6th only resulted in 2 runs. They left the bases loaded.
That one's fouled down wide of third. A ball and a strike to count to Logan Bush. Acosta winds and misses high, way high with a fastball. 2-1 the count. There's a breaking pitch and a good one on the outside corner, backdoor slider, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 breaking pitch is tapped slowly down towards first. The first baseman has it. He's going to rush to the bag and tag Bush going by.
Number 2, second baseman, Brian Pozos.
I was busy reading ads, Benjamin. I didn't hear anybody sing Take Me Out of the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, they
Did
sang it. They
Did
sang it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just concentrating on those ads.
Yep. Here's Pozos. Struck out in line to center. Costa into the windup, and the pitch is a fastball taken wide.
See Crab's official photographer, Eric Fraser, in a dazzling giant uniform. That's a special uniform.
That's a special Buster Posey giant uniform. Fastball misses away. That's the gold version, 2-0.
That's sweet.
I have an autographed picture of Buster Posey that our friend Alan got for me.
Very nice.
2-0 pitch. Misses inside, 3-0. Our friend and sometime color man for me. 3-0 the count. And the pitch. Down and away, ball four. So he walks Pozos on 4 pitches with 1 out. And we'll go back to the top of the order for Austin White. White has flied to right, struck out and singled. Also scored a run in the 6th inning. Pozos with a good lead over at first. Here's the pitch. Down and away, it's 1-0. The 1-0, down and away again, 2-0. Runner goes. The 2-0 is swung on and missed. The throw down to second is not in time. Pozos has it stolen. Throw on the wrong side of the bag. On the right side, might have had him. But instead, Pozos is in scoring position with only 1 out, and the count 2-1 to White. Crowley out to the mound to have a word with Acosta.
We got a special shout out to the backdoor crew, keeping it classy since 2015. Another shout out to the Arcado Little League Crushers. Great season, Arcado Little League. Thanks, Coach Tim and Pete.
Well, it's a rather long conversation, and now here comes home plate umpire Peterson out to break it up. Two and one to count. He looks at second and now deals a fastball right down the middle for a called strike. 2-2 now to White. Pozos dancing around off second. The 2-2 is on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a breaking pitch out of the zone. That's all for White. And with 2 away, it'll be up to James Outman to bring Pozos home from second. Outman is grounded back to the pitcher, flied to center and singled. Outman, a left-handed hitter against the right-hander Acosta, who takes a long look in. Now he's ready. And from the set, comes home. Swing and a miss, a big cut at a fastball. On one's the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch misses down and in. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike. 2 outs. Pozos out at second. Here's the pitch. Misses down and in again. 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Again misses inside with a fastball, and it's 3-1 now to Outman with Johnson on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Full count. Pozos will be off with the pitch. Oh, maybe not. Nobody on first, right? Here's the 3-2. He is going, and it's fouled up against the screen. So we'll do it again with the count full. There goes Pozos. Breaking pitch is taken high for ball 4. Pozos will head down to third. Uncontested.
Next up, number 17, Newt Johnson.
I'm not sure what Alan Crowley was thinking.
I don't either. Yeah,
He must have thought there was another runner on base or something because he had a shot at him at
he
third
definitely had a
base.
shot at him, yeah. He didn't even throw down there, so easy stolen base for Pozos. And that puts runners on the corners with 2 outs for Newt Johnson. Johnson has flied to center, grounded back to the pitcher, and has a sacrifice fly.
His sacrifice fly in the 6th tied the ball game.
Crabs are looking to pad the lead, up 2-1, and there's a nice breaking pitch on the inside corner. With Pozos over at third, Outman at first. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses high and away.
Don't forget that every Sunday in the ballpark is a time for kids fun.
Crowley back out to the mound again to have yet another conversation with Acosta.
You need to run the bases and high-five the Crabs along the third base line.
Both bullpens are quiet.
That's tomorrow against the California Expos.
Here's another one taking a long time. What, are they in therapy out there?
Game starts at 12:30. Game's open at 11.
All right, here we go. 1-1 the count. Pozos over at third, Outman at first. And the pitch. Tap foul up against the backstop. Johnson just missing that one. So a ball and 2 strikes to Newt Johnson with 2 outs. Big spot, big pitch right here. The 1-2. Way outside and high. 2-2.
Middle eight. Middle eight. Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. And the next pitch down and away, 3-2. So Acosta's struggling with his control in this inning. He's walked 2 batters. He's behind 3-2 now to Johnson. And the crowd coming alive now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. The pitch is taken high, and that'll load the bases.
Crabs have loaded the bases without benefit of a base hit.
That's right, 3 walks. Here's Jason Newman. Grounded out to first base unassisted, popped to second, and walked himself back in the 6th inning. So a big chance here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Crabs are leading 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Big Jason Newman at the bat. Here's the pitch. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it up against the backstop, 0-1.
You recall he went deep in the very first game of the season, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Crabs had 2 home runs that game, didn't they? And they haven't had one since.
Haven't had one since. That was a big cut there. He just missed it.
Oh, boy, he was going downtown.
Trying to jump on that first pitch, hoping that it would be out over the plate. It was. 0-1 the count. And another big swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2. So Newman steps out, takes a little walk. He's in a 0-2 hole. Pozo's at third, Altman at second, Johnson at first. So Acosta trying to get out of a jam of his own making. Here's the 0-2. In on the hands, and he fouls it over towards the Expos dugout.
You recall the Crabs left the bases loaded in the last inning.
Yeah, Crabs have left 5 tonight. Expos have left 8. The Crabs have definitely had chances. With as many base runners as there have been, it's a little surprising that the score is only 2-1. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, misses away with a breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. Tried to get him a chase. That was a good pitch, but Newman wasn't having any of it.
A good waste pitch is one that's going to tempt the batter.
That one was a little too outside.
A little
for
bit
that.
far.
Here's the 1-2. Again outside, and it's 2-2, and that was a nice block by Crowley there. So Newman works the count to 2-2. The 2-2. Fouled out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. Fastball rides high. The count goes full. Nowhere to put him. So a big advantage now for the Crabs. With 2 outs, the runners will be going. Newman can look for a pitch down the middle. Acosta rocks and deals. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Newman was headed for first, but he is rung up, and that'll end the inning. For the Crabs, no runs, no hits, no errors. 3 left. Acosta gets out of it with a great pitch. At the end of 7 innings of play, it's 2-1 Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Now we both left 8.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Austin Ragsdale is the new pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. In relief of Fanenstein.
Ragsdale has pitched 3 innings, no record, has not given up any runs, walked 1 and struck out 6. Struck out 6 in 2 innings, so nobody hit the ball. That's what that means.
And a line on Reed Fanenstein, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs. He didn't walk anybody, struck out 2, and if the Crabs do hold on to win this game 2-1, he will get the win.
Indeed. It's cooling off tonight,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
chilly.
Yeah.
It's mighty chilly.
Yeah.
A sunny day today in Humboldt, but there was a pall of smoke or something hanging over all day.
Yeah, a little
There's
hazy.
been fires around, apparently, but very chilly tonight. It'll be Flores, Smith, and Ferris for the Expos against Ragsdale here in the top of the 8th inning.
Middle of the order. Flores 0 for 2 on the evening. He did get a walk. And he swings through a fastball from Ragsdale, strike 1. Flores will be followed by DeAndre Smith and Grant Ferris. Crabs leading 2-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Oh, ball hits the bat and bounces back to the screen. So an excuse me foul ball as he tried to get away from a high inside pitch. And a nice strike for Ragsdale. He's ahead 0-2 to the cleanup hitter for the Expos, Angel Flores.
I guess so.
0-2 the count. The pitch, high with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, the bad news is I didn't win the 50-50.
Oh, no, that's goodness gracious. Fastball just a bit inside, backs him off the plate. So the count 2-2 to Flores. Austin Ragsdale in his first inning of work, the 3rd hurler employed by the Crabs tonight. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball stays up, 3-2. Ragsdale looks into Logan Denham for the sign. And the payoff pitch to Flores is inside. So after going ahead 0-2, he ends up walking the leadoff batter in the 8th inning for the Expos, and that'll bring up DeAndre Smith.
And the potential tying run.
So you're right, Flores does represent the potential tying run at first base. Nobody out. DeAndre Smith with a brief discussion with his manager before stepping into the batter's box. Smith, a left-handed hitter, facing the right-handed slants of Ragsdale. So we'll see Ragsdale working from the stretch now. Right-hander to left-hander. He shows bunt, takes the fastball away, 1-0.
Newt Johnson in on the grass at 3rd.
Ragsdale, 6'3", 185-pounder. Pitches at Sacramento State. 1-0 the count. DeAndre Smith shows bunt, bunts it foul down the third base line. It's scooped up in foul territory by Johnson, strike 1. Well, the book says you play for the win on the road.
Yeah, they're playing
play for a tie at home, but they're playing for the tie here with that attempted sacrifice. And DeAndre Smith looking down to his first base coach to see if he wants to keep that bunt on. A ball and a strike to Smith. Ragsdale comes home again. He shows bunt, and again he bunts foul. That one, a bad bunt back onto the screen.